Okay, good morning, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties that we're having on our end here today. I'm just getting on here. We're going to talk a little bit today. If we haven't met, I'm Ed Dailey, and I'm the Director of Product Education for Young Living, entering my 13th year teaching and educating for them. I want to spend a little time today talking about summer essentials for Young Living. So in traditional Chinese medicine, we have many different seasons. Actually, they have 5 and instead of 4. And as we enter the summer, there's certain things that they look at from a standpoint of health and wellness in the body. And so for us in summer, we're looking at the adrenal glands, and we're also looking at the heart. 2 very, very, very important things in our body that we need to make sure we're taking care of on a daily basis. Now, when we look at the adrenal glands, these are in modern medicine today mainly ignored. A lot of times they just look at cortisol levels from a health standpoint, and they say, well, hey, your cortisol levels are good, so don't really worry about it. And they are very, very important because they're helping us to stay in a state of balance, and they also help our immune system a lot actually as well. And so we've got to look at the function of the adrenal glands to make sure that they're functioning well. And I have a couple of questions here I want to answer personally, and as you answer them, if you're answering yes to a lot of these, your adrenal glands may be in need of some help, and you may be actually getting close to adrenal fatigue. So number one, do you wake up tired after a full night's sleep? Could be an indicator of many things, but one is the adrenal insufficiency. Do you get exhausted in the afternoon where you have to lay down and maybe take a nap on a daily basis? Do you get sudden bursts of energy at night? If you don't eat for 4 hours, are you really irritable, and are you sick often? If you're answering yes to a lot of these questions, there's a good chance that the adrenal glands are needing a little bit of support. Again, as I mentioned earlier, in today's world of modern medicine, physicians look at cortisol levels, and there's really a lack of understanding when it needs to happen with people to help them get beyond these challenges that they have with the adrenal glands. I've personally worked with probably a dozen people in my lifetime with really bad adrenal insufficiency, and mainly a lot of the work that we've done is just on restoration. So letting the body get a chance to relax itself so that it can restore itself, and a lot of that's done through restorative postures and introducing essential oils that have a calming and soothing aroma. Some of my go-tos are really stress away, frankincense, a lot of the tree oils, Idaho Grand Fir. So these oils themselves are really good at providing that soothing sense for the body. Now, if we wanted to look at a product, well, one of the products I really like is Cortistop. It's providing and putting pregnenolone, herbs, essential oils to give you that state of balance and harmony for the glandular systems, mainly for women. Other products I like that I really kind of focus in on this time of year are Thyromin, Endoflex Vitality, and Nutmeg Vitality. And Nutmeg Vitality is really kind of sort of a secret weapon if you want to know. And I really encourage people, get to know Endoflex and get to know Nutmeg, and do some research on these oils for your own health and wellness, because they're very potent and just very powerful in a way that they can help us in really feeling the way we want to feel. Now, when we look at the heart is a huge complex thing, and obviously it governs pretty much everything we do. And in the United States alone, heart disease is actually the leading cause of death. Every 36 seconds in the United States, someone is dying from cardiovascular disease, which includes heart attack, stroke. About 655,000 Americans die of heart disease every year. That's nearly 1 in every 4 deaths. Heart disease costs in the United States are about $220 billion from the years 2014 to 2019. I would assume it's gone up a little bit. I haven't seen some of the latest research, but when we talk about the cost that it has, you talk about the cost of healthcare services, medicines, and losses of productivity due to death, really. Now, a lot of the culprits in heart disease are really inflammation. And it's we're gonna dispel some myths here today about that, because inflammation is huge in the body. And if you've got inflammation in your knees, it's systemic. It can go to your heart, it can go to your cardiovascular system. the big source of that is actually your belly fat, your belly visceral fat. So the more belly visceral fat that we're carrying around, the greater chance we have for inflammation within the body, because this visceral fat releases these inflammatory mediators, and this is what causes a lot of the cardiovascular disease. Now, you probably all heard to get your cholesterol checked, and we're going to debunk a little bit of a myth about cholesterol. It does get a bad rap. They really want your levels, your HD levels and your LD levels to be, 150, greater than 150 for LDL, and less than 70 for your LDL. So HDL and LDL are very important. Again, most people can live at higher states of these, and I'm going to talk about why. So the myth is that cholesterol and saturated fat are actually clogging the arteries. And what we found in recent years that there's very little cholesterol or saturated fat in the arterial plaque or clots. Most of the material is actually calcium deposits, akin to like lime, and most of the fatty acids are unsaturated. So that's something I even learned in nursing school. And when you look at cholesterol, it's produced by almost every cell in the body. It helps in cell membranes. It makes them waterproof. They can actually allow things in and out more easily. It's actually nature's repair substance, used to repair wounds, including tears and irritations in the arteries. And many important hormones are made from cholesterol, and the ones that are helping with blood sugar, your sex hormones, your stress hormones. So cholesterol does play a vital role. Now, what did Gary say about it? Well, this is a quote from Gary himself. He said that cholesterol isn't the problem that people think it is. Homocysteine is the problem. And when homocysteine is high in the body, this is when you have a problem. Cholesterol doesn't do anything unless it catches on the ridges or pit of an abrasion in the arterial wall. The secret cause of these cholesterol traps is homocysteine. Too much in your arteries corrodes it like a rusty pipe, and we don't look at the things that are real, and we have to make sure we know it's real. So what Gary knew is that it's high levels of homocysteine that are causing the problems within the human body. Now, when we look at some risk factors for heart problems, I mean, if you're over the age of 45 for a man, 55 for a woman, it's actually come down. It used to be 65, but women are entering into more strategic roles in the workplace these days. If you've got high blood pressure, diabetes, prediabetes, obesity, these are all big risk factors. If you're a smoker, if you're, they say being physically inactive now is the new smoking, right? And a family history of heart disease is also an indicator, and the foods that you eat can play a big factor in that as well. Now, some of these inflammatory modulators, one of them is known as galectin-3. And you may have heard of this inflammatory marker. This is one of the big ones from that visceral belly fat that we've really got to watch. Now, interestingly enough, some studies on galectin-3 have shown that meditation actually reduces the amount of galectin-3 molecules in your body. And also consuming a product that has modified citrus pectin in it. Now, modified citrus pectin is actually just derived from the citrus fruit peels, including lemons, limes, and oranges. And so when you get this modified citrus pectin, it's really good at regulating those galectin-3 molecules. One of the products that I really like for our heart health is Cardiogize, and that really gives, it's a product I take regularly. It supports healthy heart function. You've got things like CoQ10, selenium, and garlic in there, and you've got CoQ10, which has so many great properties, including vitamin K, supporting vitamin K levels and healthy vascular system function. You've also got some things in there like astragalus, donquay, motherwort, and hawthornberry, and these have been traditionally used for support of the cardiovascular system. Now, I'm often asked, what are your favorite oils, Ed? And to me, it depends on what day and what's going on in my life, but if I'm looking at supporting and just having a happy heart, well, it's going to be joy. I actually get up every morning, I put 3 or 4 drops of joy on my hand, and I just physically rub it over my heart. The other blend that I really like, just overall, is Aroma Life, and my routine at nighttime is to put that on my feet generously before I go to bed. Also, you might look at some products like Powergize and Powergize is such a great product after exercise. SuperCal Plus, again, we've talked about the Joy and Aroma Life essential oils. And then if you're turning and looking to food, things like blueberries and blackberries. Now the berries are actually one of the foods that we would eat for longevity. Blueberries are actually a superfood for your cardiovascular system. But foods in the summer change up, right? Because you've got peaches, nectarines, plums, raspberries, tomatoes, watermelon, broccoli, cucumber, green beans, zucchini, cauliflower, and even your cruciferous vegetables themselves can be a great source of all the things that you need during the summer season. You've probably heard about me talk about this before, and again, it's good to change up our routines and to be able to talk about these Young Living products in a way which suits the season, right? So we'll soon be coming into fall, and the products will change again, and the focuses will change again, and then spring, late spring. And so these are just great ways to augment your health and wellness routine by adding these products to your season. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Short and sweet on here today. If you'd like a copy of this presentation, you can go ahead and message me in the group, and I'd be more than happy to send you a copy. I hope you find this information helpful. And the one thing I really want to encourage you all to do is to research, because we at Young Living are here to guide you. You are all the heroes of your own health and wellness journey, and when we can help teach you how our products benefit you and how to get them, that's how you win as a consumer. So thank you so much for joining today, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.